Hello YouTube, we're live again on Twitch, and this time I'm going to build a project for our weekly projects challenge. If you want to participate, feel free to join our Discord. I'm going to put a link in the description. We are on week 5, and for this week we have a Chuck Norris jokes generator. And we need to create a simple app that generates a Chuck Norris jokes. It needs to have a button where we can click and get a new joke, and the user can choose the joke category. That's an interesting one. I don't know, I haven't thought about doing that, but we'll see. I'm going to use React to create this, and I also have an API. I found this API, ECNDB, where you can also give it a name, first name, last name, and it will make a special joke using that name. I created a simple React app with create React app, and I removed the files we don't need, and I've stored the API URL. So here it is, the app. All right, the first thing we need, let's create a box where we're going to have the joke. So let's store it here in a class of box and have an h1 Chuck Norris jokes generator. That's a long text. And here goes the joke. Okay, and we can also have the button inside. So get new joke and joke. Okay. All right. I want to focus on the design first so we can get that out of the way. Now, this div with the class of box is inside a div with an ID of root, which is inside the body. And in order to center it, we need to make that div bigger. I have some very basics, CSS, like the font, poppins as usual, and margin 0 on the body, and box sizing, border box on all the elements. So we can say that the root should have a mean height of 100 report heights, and let's give it a background color of purple so we can see it. All right, good. And inside that we have our box, which let's find a nice color, flat UI colors. Okay, I want this, but maybe even will be purple. Maybe even lighter, like that. Or let's do this, the background. Okay, this won't have, and then the background color of the box will be white. Let's see how that looks. All right, let's center it. And we can do that by setting the root to be display flex, light on center, justify content center, and boom. Now our box is in the center. Have a padding of 2 rems, border radius, 10 pixels, and what else? Maybe box shadow. 3 pixels, 3 pixels, 5 pixels, RGBA 0000.2. All right, good. It doesn't look that bad. And that H1 is a bit too big, so let's make it an H2 or 3. Okay, good. All right, we can have the box to be width 600 pixels and max weight 100%, so it will be responsive. And text align center. Good. Still feels a bit off. So box H3, margin top 0, and box paragraph margin 2 rem. Okay. And box button, let's have it background color Rebecca purple, color of white, border 0, border radius 3 pixels, the same box shadow. Okay, some padding, 1 RAM, 1 point, or 2 RAMs, like that. Ooh, that's big, too big. 1 RAM overall. Okay, 0.5 RAM. Okay, this doesn't look the best though. That color. Let's use this. As you can see, I'm doing it on the fly. H2. I'm not a good designer. Yeah, feel free to change this and make it look way better than it does now. I want to have cursor pointer on the button, and also when it's active, I want the button to shrink a bit. So we're going to do transform scale 0.98. Okay, yeah, see, it scales a bit. Outline none. That's on the focus. Okay. Good. Outline none. Still looks a bit weird. Okay. Transition 0.3 second. No, let's make it faster. 2 seconds is in. And we want the transform property. Yeah, the text is doing weird stuff there. Oh well, usually work better. Feels like the text is changing. Might be because of the emoji. No. Who knows? Alright. Yeah, I won't bother more on this. Said. Okay, I guess it's fine. Now, with this button, let's get to the Reacty part. So we're going to need to use state and use effect. That's the chat. Okay, transition, Rebecca Pepper is good. All right. Goody. Now, we're going to have the joke and set joke to be use state. By default will be empty, like that. And now in the use effect, we're going to call the API. So API URL, then response JSON, and then response. We're going to set the joke. Now let's see what the API gives us. So it's an object with a type of says, value, and a joke. We only need this. So we want to do set joke to be response. Let's change this to data. So this is the data we're coming from the API. Data.value.joke. All right, and this should be our joke, which by default is empty. Look at that. It's not empty. This is working. Huh. On the first go. That's interesting. So this will fetch on the first render. All right. And now we need to just simply have an on click on this and call again the generate joke function, which we don't have yet. So let's call it, well, let's write it here, generate joke, and this will do this, and generate joke here. All right, so now look at that, we have a joke. When it loads, we have another joke, and a lot of jokes. One thing I noticed, we have the quote here because that apparently is HTML. So we can fix that by doing dangerously set in HTML. This is an HTML entity and it's not rendered properly. So we could put the joke here. And now, yeah, look at that. We have the quote there and here, all the fun stuff. And that's done. I'm looking, yeah. I think it will, the chat says stop doing dangerous things. Oh, class name. Okay. Emoji should be wrapped in span. Let's fix that. Sure, span. That. And it should have a row of image, not a row. Okay, and okay, wrapped have a row and an accessible description with area label. Area label laugh emoji. All right, good. Awesome. So yeah, now we have a jokes generator. Pretty good. If you like this tutorial, give it a like. It will help the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe on the channel if you haven't. And more importantly, do the project yourself and try to improve on it. Maybe you can add this feature of having different categories for the jokes. I was also thinking maybe you can have a heart here, and whenever you click it, you store it to the local storage and have a list of favorite jokes. So the sky is the limit of how many features you can add to this project. And it's a fun one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.